Hey guys, it's Brianna. Yeah, I know, I'm wearing braids and I'm trying something new and I don't know if it's weird or not. Probably is. Okay, I'm again making another video on my receptionist job, which I never really made another video about. If people are wondering, like, actually, probably no one's wondering, but if by chance someone is wondering why I never really made an update on that video, is because I got that job through a temp agency. I'll actually leave the link down below of the video if anyone wants to go watch it. It's kind of long. I don't know who's gonna watch the whole thing. But so yeah, I got this job through a temp agency. If anyone doesn't know what a temp agency is, it's basically a place where you go there and they help you find a job, but it comes with a price. So let's say you go and get a job and they pay like $20 an hour. Instead of getting paid $20 an hour, you'll be getting paid like $16 or $17 an hour, because this temp agency, they're the ones who are finding this job for you, and they'll be getting a commission from the job that you are doing. So if you work 1 hour and you're supposed to be getting paid $20, they'll be taking out $3 and then they'll be the ones getting paid that much money per hour, and they just hire a whole bunch of people, and that's how they make their money, is by hiring people for companies that need temp workers. These temp jobs can be something you do once, it can be something that lasts for 2 months or a year, like it just depends. And there's also a fee a temp agency has to pay if they do decide to hire you, and I don't know how much that fee is. Usually it's done between the company and the temp agency. They will help me find a job. I don't have to go to apply places, I don't have to interview at places. Sometimes they do make you interview, but with me, they didn't have me do an interview. They just said, hey, we need you to go do this job. This is where you're gonna work at, and that's what I did. Like the very next day, I went to this job. Originally, I was supposed to work there twice a week for 4 weeks, and my manager really liked that I was working there, so she extended it to 6 weeks, and I worked there full time. So, I mean, I really don't have much to say about my experience there, just because I didn't really, I didn't do much. Okay, that's gonna sound bad, but I mean, okay, this is what I did. I basically just checked people in. Oh, I worked at this apartment place. It was an apartment slash hotel. It was a short-term housing. So if you're someone that likes to travel a lot, or they work for a company and you need to travel to a place, people don't want to be living in a hotel because there's like no kitchen, there's no like washer or dryer, or all the things that you would need in an apartment, and obviously you can't really rent an apartment for a month and a half or for 3 months, or it would be really difficult if you did. So with the short-term housing, it's like an apartment slash hotel. That's where I worked at, and I would just check people in, give them their keys. I did a lot with parking. Oh my god, parking was like, it was a disaster, and I think I mentioned it a little bit in my previous video. I could literally just make an entire video about parking. Because I was working in the middle of a city, and parking is so limited, parking is so expensive, and in the building, like in the apartment building, in the back, there was actually a place where you could park your car, and we had this thing called the Matrix, and it's basically elevator parking, and you go ahead and you park your car in this elevator, and then the elevator has like 4 floors, so then you can just go get your car, and it's actually really smart, because if there's such little parking and you don't have many spots to put people in, having elevator parking is really helpful. That's like the best way to explain it, and I'm sorry if that sounds confusing, but yeah. And the thing is, if people park their cars wrong, the whole matrix would stop working. It's like a garage sensor. Like, have you ever gone to park your car, or have you ever like blocked a sensor like in your garage and the door just won't go down? Like, that's the same thing with the matrix. If you block a sensor, or if your car is too big, like, it'll just mess up the whole thing, and then all the parking spots won't work. And for every matrix there was like, I want to say like 30 parking spots, so one person can basically block out 30 people from getting their car, and it's so frustrating. And yeah, I don't know, I don't want to like go into it because it is just basically a whole nother video of like parking and stuff, but that's also what I did, helped people with that. I mean, I did errands for my manager. I went out to like Whole Foods and Target and I bought things, and I also helped with doing coffee in the morning. Like, we had a coffee machine and I would set that up for her, and yeah, did paperwork. I did expense reports. First time I ever did expense reports. It was a long process, but yeah, I did data entry. I finally started using Excel. I mean, I know the very basics of Excel, but every time I go to apply for like a job, like somewhat office business related, they're always like, we need you to know Excel, and I don't know anything about Excel, so started using that. Like I said, I just know the basics. I didn't really get too much into it, but now I can actually put on my resume that I learned how to use Excel, sort of. That's that's probably something I should learn before I graduate from college, but yeah. That's pretty much what I did for the 6 weeks, and I'm sorry that I never really made an update on my job. I've been so busy, and I've been working full-time, I've been in school part-time, and it's just been kind of hard to make an update. And now I am almost done with summer school. I'm in college, by the way. I'm not like in high school taking summer classes. I'm just catching up on my credits and stuff. So I'm just doing part-time summer school, and that ends in 2 weeks. And then I also have no job because my temp agency job ended. And I don't know if I want to go back to another temp agency. I leave to study abroad in like a month and a half, and I feel like that might not give me enough time to find a job, or I don't know who would want to hire me for that long. I don't know. But yeah, that's just my update on that. I might make another video about it. I'm not sure. I just know that I'll be making more videos on my studying abroad process. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Bye.